And the names don't win you trophies. And these guys are doing it. They have big names, don't get me wrong. But these guys are doing it as a team. The thing that makes them their strength is their team. Barcelona's back line, talk about a team that's in cohesion.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, then there was two remaining on the hunt for the treble. PSG and Barcelona are the only two remaining. Each side has already added one tassel in that pursuit, with the Spaniards winning the Copa del Rey this past weekend and PSG having already won Ligue 1 as well. The Champions League, though, one is the cherry that both these teams are looking for on the treble hunt. As we know, Barcelona will take on Inter tomorrow in the other semi-final first leg. Obviously, Barcelona, they're having an outstanding season, aren't they? Real Madrid not at their best. As we know, they've kind of had a world of problems in what's been a really bumpy season, leaving Ancelotti on his way out at the end. Are you surprised, though, with how well Barcelona has done this year, Nigel? Because no one really had them as treble contenders, did they, at the beginning of the season?
I'm very surprised. Credit to Hansi Flick, because the job he's done there as a manager has been absolutely sensational. They are one of the best teams to watch in world football right now. There's no doubt about that. The way that they're playing, the style of football, we criticise their high back line, but it works. They got it down to a T, and that's all great coaching. No one had them as favourites to win La Liga coming into the season. Everyone thought it's going to be Real Madrid. They've got Kylian Mbappe. Real Madrid going to dominate. They've got some young players coming through as well. That was a cherry on top. And then you talk about the Champions League as well. No one really had them as a favourites at the start of the Champions League. No one knew what to expect. With such a youthful young side, they've been absolutely sensational. We talk about Lamine Yamal. We talk about Pedri now going there. You talk about Lewandowski and Rafinha, how well they're playing. Really and truly, they've surprised a lot of people, and they've surprised me in how quickly they've become so dominant.
If someone would have told you in August that a German-speaking manager would have arrived to Barcelona and restored their identity through players in La Masia that are all throughout the team, added vertical offensive prowess to the team, get the most out of Rafinha and turn him into a Ballon d'Or candidate. We're talking about a player that under Xavi couldn't blossom, that they were trying to go for Nico Williams in the offseason to play on that left wing, and then compete. But not only compete, win Copa del Rey, on the verge of winning La Liga, on the verge of winning a Champions League, you would have said, not a chance in hell. No chance. Not in Spain they were saying it, not here we weren't saying it. This is extraordinary. Win or lose, whatever the outcome is. This is the way that they've turned around. Plus, all the administrative circus that Barcelona has going on top of all of this, the administrative circus that Barcelona has going on, not a chance in hell anybody would have foreseen this. This is a job full of merit towards Hansi Flick.
But now you would feel a bit disappointed if they don't go on to win the treble, Grella, considering how well they've done. Their 4 points clear of Real Madrid at the top. They're on the verge of the Champions League final.
I don't think realistically you can look at it and say I'm disappointed. You know, I think you have to take it for what it's worth. I think it's a good conversation, though. PSG and Barcelona were in similar situations. So take you away from football for a second. Imagine you throw a party, right, and your best friend can't show up last minute, right, or something like that. It leaves you feeling, but it leaves you feeling like something. I follow. It leaves you feeling like, wow, this party's not going to be so good anymore, you know. And with PSG, they lost Mbappe.
A little.
And I know we felt that way.
A little tequila on the rocks.
But your best friend's not there, so you feel a void. So when Mbappe left PSG, you know, there's that feeling like we just lost the best player in the world.
The life of the party.
It kind of feels like, okay, well, now they're going in the wrong direction, right? But then they play tantalizing football, attacking football. They enjoy, they work hard. I mean, Kvaratskhelia and Doué defended unbelievable today, coming back and helping the team. With Barcelona, they're rivals. They get Mbappe, they get Endrick, they get Vini, they have Rodrigo, and everyone talked about them. And instead, they stuck to their football. They played vertical football. They looked good. Rafinha, Lewandowski. You could argue before the season started, Lewandowski at his age, you could say, wow, that's a stretch. You could see Rafinha came from Leeds United, you know. But they stuck to their football. They played great attacking football. They're doing it with young guys, with guys that want to play, that work hard, that move, that run. And they say in football, you're only as good as your last game. Because that's true. Because this is a game where you have to run and you have to play and you have to create things and you have to give a lot to the game. And the names don't win you trophies. And these guys are doing it. They have big names, don't get me wrong. But these guys are doing it as a team. The thing that makes them their strength is their team. Barcelona's back line, talk about a team that's in cohesion. To play with a high back line like that, you have to be on the same page, because if one guy is off for 1 second, the whole thing falls apart.
It's high risk,
so
high
credit to
reward.
both those teams and both those managers. I think they've done a fantastic job.
You're being very nice to Mbappe, by the way, because I don't think a lot of the Paris Saint-Germain fans were sad to see the back of him. We spoke to a few. There wasn't many that were there. They were like ready to say, okay, he needs to go on.
He
Mbappe's
was on
leaving.
the verge of going all the time. It was like heartache, wasn't it, for a lot of PSG
It's like that
fans?
guy at the
Worst-kept
party,
secret
your
ever.
best friend at the party, but
He
it's
doesn't
always
turn
about
up.
him. You know?
And now it's
sometimes
not.
you need to.
No, it's about the collective.
Hey, party's not that bad, huh?
We have to give more credit to Donnarumma, because the second one, the fingertip, is just
The
phenomenal.
Italian.
He's doing
To
his
the
job. You didn't hear
Italian.
him?
Just phenomenal.
The manager just said he's doing his job. That's what he trains
agree.
every day to do. That's what he's supposed to do. Keep the ball out the back of the net.
I
No
agree.
love for the goalkeepers
agree.
here. Only the Italian ones.
I mean, come on, do your job. That one there is a routine save. I would expect my goalkeeper of the highest level to save that. Comfortable sets himself. Look at that hand. That's a bear claw. Gets behind it. This one's a
this is the
fantastic
crazy save.
But again, goalkeepers at the highest level where he wants to be compared to.
But
He's
look
got
how
to
he
be
gets
making these
low.
saves.
He gets low fast there. By the way, how tall is he? 6'6"?
6-something. He was a beast.
He's a monster. For him to go to the ground, he's 6'6" away from the ground.
Get down that quickly.
To get down that quickly, so there's also like anticipation going on in a calculation. So that this fingertip save though is it's as good as a goal.
I completely understand what Luis Enrique is saying. What's Vitinha supposed to do? Vitinha today went and he played his game. What's Fabian Ruiz supposed to do on the counter-pressing? He played his game, hold the ball, create opportunities. What's Dembele supposed to do? Score goals today, he scored goals. Donnarumma came up with a clutch save and a big save. That's what you expect from a world-class goalkeeper in a Champions League semi-final. We were talking with Grella, Thibaut Courtois for Real Madrid. If Real Madrid plays well or they play poorly, you know Courtois is going to have a game. If they play poorly, he's going to have 7 saves. If Real Madrid plays well, he's going to have 1 save.
Who would
That's
you pick,
critical.
Nico? Courtois or Donnarumma if you were in the Champions League final?
Oh, that's
Courtois.
not nice. That's not a nice question.
Courtois.
After Donnarumma's game, he wins the
Who
semi-final,
would you
Champions
pick?
League. You know
I like-
we're going to pick Courtois.
No, I like Courtois. I like
Who would you
Courtois.
pick, Nige?
Courtois.
Oh, okay. Not so much then.
Oh, sorry, Gigi. They don't get it.
No love for the Italian.
Sorry, but listen, I've said it time and time again. He is indebted to PSG. They bought him for big money to come up big like this in these moments, and on
And he's
the
on
doorstep.
great form
He's
at the minute, isn't he?
revenge
Yeah, he is.
tour. He's been extraordinary for the Italian national team. In the knockout stage for PSG, he's been just as extraordinary this season.
He has.
And if he can finish that off with a Champions League trophy, then he's burying the hatchet.
He was sensational at Anfield in the second leg. He was sensational again at Villa Park as well. We just talked about the big chance that Asensio had, where we might be talking about Aston Villa Arsenal today. So he came up big, and Nico's 100% right. He is one player that has stepped up in the vital moment for this PSG side.